everyone, and welcome back to Cram Farms. It is a good, sunny, hot day today. Our high is supposed to be 84, and we are going to be finishing up this garden. I have got to get peppers, and I'm going to get eggplant, and probably some more cucumbers and squash in the ground today. I really would like to start putting in some beans, and probably some corn too. So I have big plans for this area back here. Stay tuned, come along with us, and see how we get everything in the ground. And I'm going to be showing you some companion planting, so you want to stay tuned for those tips.
Nice sunglasses.
The first thing we're going to put in the ground today are some pimento peppers. So peppers and tomatoes and eggplants are nightshade family vegetables, so you can actually plant them together. They'll do fine. We're going to plant these pimento peppers. I've got some more California Wonder peppers. I've got a couple different varieties of eggplant, and what else are we going to plant over here? Oh, I am going to plant some squash and some cucumbers with these. Squash and cucumbers are good companion plants to go with your peppers. Also things like carrots, spinach, they're great to mix in with them as well. Your pepper plants, your tomato plants will help to shade your spinach so that it won't bolt as soon. It'll help it to grow really well during the late spring and summer. So we're going to get that started right now. Why do we have an exercise ball outside? All right, I'm going to start off with my pepper plant right here at the end. Now, pepper plants won't get as tall as tomato plants, but they can still get pretty tall, and they will still need your support. So we got the cattle panel here that will give them some good support. Let's get this rock out of here. Let's add you to the driveway. We had a ton of rain the other day, so this dirt is nice and wet. Alright, so I've got that pimento pepper. I am going to put a cucumber. It will climb the trellis here. And then beside that, I'm going to put a squash. And then I'm going to come back with another pepper. Somewhere in here I need to mix some marigolds.
And then maybe I will.
Max, will you find my gloves? They're over there.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm going by your way anyways.
Perfect, thanks.
Oh.
You'll just grab it on your way around.
Yeah.
Alright, so that squash will have plenty of space to spread out there. That cucumber can climb. This pepper will be great. So then I'm going to come and put in another pepper. Alright. Drag it right here, Maggie. Move that to the edge so that he doesn't sink, because this dirt's really wet right there. You might have to hold it up for him and let him dump it in. And then you all can go get another thing of it.
Sit in my lap.
Good job working together. Alright. Then just sit it right there.
It's still dirt in there.
Alright, y'all go get some more.
It's still dirt in there, though.
That's okay, y'all can keep getting more. Good job. Thanks for helping. So we're gonna put a pollinator box up right here. So I just want it beside the greenhouse. I just want it to come out like 2 feet, go down the length of the greenhouse. So what, 12? And then I'll let them fill it up with flowers. And just the 14-inch high material, you think should be okay? That'll also kind of seal up that edge where sometimes we feel like some air was leaking out of the greenhouse. So it'll make it a little bit more airtight by putting something up on that edge. Even though we packed some dirt and rock around the inside, putting the pollinator box on the outside will not only bring pollinators into the garden, but it'll also help close up that outer edge as well. Alright, so I was gonna get a few zinnias planted right here, Mags.
Okay. Right now?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds me.
Any more help I can do?
Yep, in a little bit you sure can. So we're kind of just space them out really well. It's 4 of them.
Is that good?
Sure.
I'll pop this in while you look, see what it is.
Thanks for helping.
You're welcome.
Whew! I'm getting tired. We're gonna take a little break for lunch, but I want to show you what I did first. I went down and I alternated as I planted. So if I have a pepper, and then we did a squash, on the other side is a cucumber, a pepper, we did some zinnias, and then a cucumber, basil, eggplant. No, that's eggplant actually. Eggplant, more zinnias. The idea is that not everything is in one place. So if I have a really bad bug problem, not all of my peppers will be affected. They're spaced out enough. There's so many different plants between them that if something attacks this one, it's got to go, well in this case, it's got to go 32 feet down, you know, to hop. It's got to go, first of all, it's got to go about 6 feet to get to the next pepper plant. The next pepper plant from there is probably close to like 12 feet down. There's one another ways down. So this is 32 feet. So by spacing everything out down this 32 feet of cattle panel that I have here, I don't want my insects to come and just have a buffet. So if they like this pepper plant, they probably won't like that cucumber or that squash or those zinnias, or then I have a basil and then I have an eggplant. And so alternating and making your stuff pretty spaced out, putting in some flowers, which are good for bringing in pollinators, but also some flowers help fight your insects and pest problems too. So throwing herbs in between here, lots of flowers, and then mixing in lots of plants that go together. So you'll notice I don't have beans in here. Beans are not gonna go well with your nightshade vegetables. I could throw carrots in here. I'm still gonna come back later once this stuff starts getting a little bit taller and put in some spinach. Spinach will do great under here. These plants will shade it out so that it'll keep growing. And then when cucumbers and squash and things start dying off from this area, I can come back and plant other things in their places. So we did the entire 32 feet here. I left some of my containers and some of my markers out so I can come back and record my master list completely. And then we came on the other side where we did tomatoes the other night. And I did the other side and did like a holy basil, some cucumbers, some squash, pepper. And so I put some stuff down this side of this 16-foot cattle panel we did as well. So after lunch, we are going to hopefully work on corn, and we're gonna work on some beans, and we're gonna work on putting some melons in the ground because I have lots of that stuff that I started in the greenhouse and I still gotta get it in the ground. So stay tuned. You don't wanna miss what we're doing this afternoon. But I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get this food in the ground. You know, my garden is it's not what I had planned for this year just because of the delay in moving our trees. So I don't have the planter boxes up that I want, but that's okay. We're still gonna grow food. We're gonna put it in the ground. We're just gonna adapt and have to go a different way for this year. But that's why I put up the T-posts and the cattle panels, so it's temporary, and next year we can keep moving in the direction we want to. But the most important thing for this year is getting food in the ground now. We're working on finishing up this flower box that's going right here in front of the greenhouse to bring in some pollinators to the garden. It's gonna be full of sunflowers, and the girls have cosmos they wanna plant. So we're getting that finished up right here. And then hopefully we're gonna get to the watermelons and at least put up the cattle panel and T-post to put beans in the ground. So why is everybody rushing to get food in the ground right now? Well, whether you believe it or know it or not, our food system has been broken for a long time. And right now people are really starting to figure that out. And the rush to grow more food seems to be gaining lots of momentum. So whether you're raising animals, where we have meat birds going right now, we have lambs. Woo, where'd they go? They're back there. For meat, not only that, we have our garden, we have our egg layers for eggs, we have our cow we use for milk, and we have ducks that we use for duck eggs as well. Not only that, we have our garden, and we're putting in tons more this year so that we can provide more food for our family. So some of this will be canning, some of it will be freezing, we'll be fermenting some of it and eating a lot of it fresh, but this will help provide a lot more food stability and food security for us in the coming months. So even if you've never grown anything before, I promise you can put something in the ground. This system right here with the cattle panel and T-post is so easy. I know someone told me before HOAs won't let them put in a garden because they can't put up fences and stuff. I don't know if they would let you put up T-post and a cattle panel, but if they would, this is such an easy way that you could put some plants in the ground. On this, I have 32 feet right here of cattle panel, and I have another 16 foot over there. And I have got tomatoes, I have peppers, I have eggplant, I have squash, I have cucumbers, zucchini, we have flowers, we have basil, all of those things just in this small space. I think you would be extremely surprised with how much you can put in the ground and how much food you can grow in a small space if you just start planting and see what you can do. And when you're using companion planting, you're not having to spray your crops, you're not having to put chemicals on them that would be harmful to your body, and so it's better for you all around. So let's get this pollinator box finished up, and then hopefully we're gonna get started on that cattle panel, another cattle panel, so that we can get some watermelon and pole beans going. So I got my little planter, I got my pollinator box done. Got some sunflowers and some cosmos that I started in the greenhouse. And then I sprinkled some seeds of zinnias, more cosmos, and put in a few more sunflowers here. So this will hopefully bring some good pollinators into our garden space. It looks nice. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. You don't want to miss our next video. It's gonna have beans and corn and melons. So you wanna see us getting all of that in the ground too. Thanks for joining us today on the homestead. I hope you got some tips on planting these nightshade vegetables, and I wanna see yours too. Post below, let me know what you're planting in the ground right now. Are you doing any of the same crops that we are? So post below, I love hearing from you all, and we'll see you next time right here at Cram Farms.